and be assured that the scoring process is being carefully monitored and audited for maximum transparency and fairness. In our continued effort to reduce our usage of paper, we have opted not to print today's program journal. You may access the program by scanning the QR code behind me. At the end of today's proceedings, you are free to visit the exhibition spaces set up by our title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, and premium green sponsor, Nan Prasad Group. Thank you. So our national finalists are finally ready. So let's welcome our national top 30 finalists for Shout 3.0. Let's give them a hand as they enter.
In a world where our planet cries for change, where voices once unheard now rise with purpose, one movement dares to inspire, challenge, and ignite the minds of the next generation. This is Shout, the National Environmental Speech Competition, where the boldest ideas meet the brightest minds. A platform where young leaders take the stage not just to speak, but to spark a revolution in environmental advocacy.
I believe in the power of voices and the power of action.
Innovation starts here, and we're ready to shout.
This isn't just a competition, it's a movement. One speech can change everything.
Education, empowerment, action. That's what Shout is about.
The future is green, and we're making sure of it.
Every voice, every word, every moment counts.
This is where passion meets purpose.
We're not just making history, we're shaping the future.
This is Shout 2025, a competition, a movement, a revolution. Are you ready to raise your voice for a greener Guyana?
Time is now. The voice is yours. Shout for change.
Coming to you live from the Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel in Providence. This is Shout 3.0.
For the environment, let's just shout for the youth. Let's just shout with Recover Guyana. Let's just shout with Recover Guyana. Let's just shout with Recover Guyana. Shout, shout. one people, one nation, one destiny. Yeah, I am a Guyanese. I'm a Guyanese. Where I be, I am a Guyanese. I am a Guyanese. I'm a Guyanese. Where I be, I am a Guyanese. I'm a
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Nicholas Sadagaya and Luana McIntosh.
Welcome to the greenest event in Guyana on World Environment Day 2025, the quest for Guyana's next youth environmental speaker. Shout!
Shout 3.0 is supported by ExxonMobil Guyana, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education.
I'm Nicholas Sagade.
And I'm Luana McIntosh, and we are your hosts for today's finale of Shout.
We're gathered here today not by coincidence, but with great purpose because it is World Environment Day, commemorated annually on June 5th. This important day serves as a global call to action uniting nations and communities on environmental sustainability.
In the same spirit of environmental action and youth empowerment, Recover Guyana is pleased to present the third edition of Shout.
Here is Mr. Iman Majid, Program Director, and Mrs. Marissa Morgan-Bonney, Communications Director of Recover Guyana, shouting a little bit more.
At Recover Guyana, we're proud to be a driving force for positive change dedicated to building a sustainable future for all. As a registered nonprofit organization, at Recover Guyana, we're proud to be a driving force for positive change dedicated to building a sustainable future for all. As a registered nonprofit organization, we focus on providing vulnerable communities and families with children opportunities for growth, all in the most sustainable way possible. One of our flagship programs, Shout, is truly at the heart of what we do.
Through Shout, we empower young Guyanese by equipping them with vital skills in environmental sustainability. Skills that not only create green job opportunities, but also tackle the urgent challenges of climate change. Recently, Shout received the prestigious recognition as one of the top 10 environmental education projects in the Caribbean and Latin America from IDB from 270 entries, which honors our innovative approach to youth empowerment and environmental sustainability.
And we couldn't do it without our incredible team at Recover Guyana, especially the young professional Guyanese who are the heart and soul of our mission. Their energy, passion, and commitment are what fuel the success of all our initiatives. Our commitment to sustainability is also evident in the work we're doing to ensure access to clean water. In March 2025, we've launched a water purification system at West Demerara Secondary School, where students and communities will benefit from safe, clean drinking water. This is the vital step towards achieving SDG 6, clean water and sanitation.
And that's not all. Our Green Hampers initiative continues to support vulnerable groups with nutritious food, improving their well-being during difficult treatments. We're also hosting events like Pink Sunflower, aimed at empowering cancer survivors and promoting emotional well-being. These programs are just one example of how we're contributing to SDG 3, good health and well-being.
Together with our dedicated team, our partners, and the incredible communities we serve, we are building a better, greener, and healthier Guyana. We invite you to join us in our mission as we continue to create lasting change for a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for supporting Recover Guyana and for being part of our journey towards a more sustainable future.
Visit us at www.recoverguyana.org for more information.
To officially open today's proceedings, we are honored to welcome someone who has expertly championed and piloted the Shout initiative from its inception. He's one of the founding members and serving president of Recover Guyana. He holds a doctorate in business administration, a master's in international relations, and an MBA in management. He's also been internationally recognized for his work, most notably as a recipient of the Community Service Leader Award at the Caribbean Global Awards 2024, and a recipient of the Global Under 35 Trailblazers Award for his contribution to education and environmental advocacy. He has also won the 2019 National Youth Award for Environmental Conservation and Preservation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dave Laltu to deliver the official opening remarks for Shout 3.0.
All right, thank you so much for that kind introduction. Members of the diplomatic community and international representatives, representatives of the Ministry of Education, special invitees, representatives of our corporate and civil society partners, distinguished members of the selection panel, members of the media, educators, students, online viewers, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our national finalists in this year's Shout competition. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I guess we can shout. Good morning. Good morning. Awesome. It gives me immense pride to officially welcome all of you to Shout 3.0, the quest for Guyana's Youth Environmental Speaker 2025. Today is a celebration of bold voices, youthful purpose, and the unstoppable power of advocacy. This platform continues to shine a light on the brilliant determination and environmental leadership of young Guyanese from every corner of our nation. Today, we come together not only in the name of public speaking, but in the spirit of World Environment Day, which has been observed under the urgent and powerful theme, Ending Plastic Pollution. It is not just a slogan, it is a plea, an urgent reminder that the plastic crisis is not coming, it is already here. It is in our rivers, it's on our coastlines, it's in our food chains, and most painfully, it's in the future we're handing to the next generation. And that is why we're here today, because the climate crisis demands voices that are not only heard, but voices that move people to change. And there's no group more equipped to rise to that challenge than our young people. The future will not be shaped by passive observation. It will be shaped by bold, solution-driven advocacy, and today you will hear exactly that. 3 years ago, Shout began as an idea, a hopeful experiment to give youth a platform. Today, it has grown into a national movement, reaching all 11 educational districts across Guyana. What started as a conversation is now a national competition. What started as a moment is now a mission. This year, with the generous support of ExxonMobil Guyana, we were able to take Shout a step further by hosting our first in-person capacity building session with all our national finalists. That session wasn't just about public speaking, it was about empowerment, mentorship, and building confidence that lasts far beyond today's stage. The very first winner, Vasana Prasad, has proven that one voice can spark a national movement. What began with a simple intention of saving a single plastic bottle has now grown into a transformative project, diverting nearly 35,000 plastic water bottles from waste through a school-based water purification system. With a bold vision of expanding this initiative to every secondary school across Guyana, the goal is clear for Recover Guyana. By 2030, we aim to eliminate the need for 25 million single-use plastic water bottles, reaching over 58,000 students every single day. This is the true impact of Shout, not just words on a stage, but real measurable change. Shout is not just about empowering voices, it's building solutions, shifting mindsets, and shaping a sustainable future of Guyana. But none of this would have been possible without a relentless, purpose-driven team whose hearts and hands have built this platform from the ground up. To our core team, you have poured sleepless nights, unwavering energy, and an unshakable belief in this mission. Thank you. Your dedication is not just a contribution, it is the foundation, the fire, and the force behind Shout. You are the reason this movement doesn't exist, it shouts. Our deepest gratitude goes out to the Ministry of Education, whose partnership has fueled the national expansion of this platform, and to our many sponsors and partners, from the corporate sector to civil society. Your belief in youth's potential is what keeps Shout alive, and we are forever grateful, and we will grow together. To our 13 national finalists, this is your moment. You are not just speaking for points, you are speaking for a purpose. Speak with heart, speak with clarity, speak knowing you're part of a movement that is shifting the conversation on climate, youth action, and national development. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, national finalists, welcome to Shout 3.0, where voices rise and change begins. Here to shout. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Laltu.
When we come back, you will learn a little bit more about the 2025 Shout competition and meet the members of this year's selection panel.
Here to Shout. Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Nan & Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Guy Oil. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media, logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy, stage and decor partner, Elevate, production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions, broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel, hospitality partner, Crowned, transportation partner, Book a Ride, prize sponsors, Guyana Tourism Authority, 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc., Trophy Stall, Massey Stores Guyana, AN Pins and Gifts.
These studies have identified 19 previously undocumented coastal birds. ExxonMobil is committed to protecting Guyana's unparalleled biodiversity. Our journey in Guyana is a partnership at its very core. We're here to work with the government, communities, local businesses, and other stakeholders to ensure the benefits of our operations here are widely shared. That includes protecting Guyana's environment and its vibrant ecosystems. At ExxonMobil, we believe the private sector plays an important role in supporting and advancing biodiversity initiatives. For more than a decade, ExxonMobil Guyana has helped monitor and study Guyana's biodiversity, from coastal birds and sea turtles to marine mammals and mangroves. These studies have identified 19 previously undocumented coastal bird species and the marine mammal data we've collected offshore has generated the single most comprehensive data set available on Guyana's coastal marine mammal activity. We use this knowledge and more to inform our project decisions and operations, and we share it with our partners and the government of Guyana to help advance conservation efforts in the country. In Guyana and across the world, ExxonMobil is committed to making a positive impact on the communities and environment where we operate. We strive to protect and preserve the natural habitats in which we operate and to help educate the next generation of conservationists and environmental leaders. Because at ExxonMobil, we're committed to protecting tomorrow today.
Welcome back.
Shout is a national initiative designed to engage secondary school students in Guyana in environmental advocacy and action. Over the past 2 months, Phase 1 of the Shout 2025 competition invited all public and private secondary schools to submit a 1-minute video articulating what sustainable changes they would make to their environment if given $1 million to do so. The response was overwhelming. After much deliberation, the selection committee shortlisted the top 30 national finalist students whose ideas stood out the most for their innovation, impact, and feasibility.
Today, these finalists join us here in person, accompanied by their dedicated teachers and supporters, as we move into the final stages of the competition. Throughout the course of this event, we will witness the executions of phases 2 to 4, where our finalists will take the stage, share their environmental vision, and compete for the title of Guyana's Youth Environmental Speaker 2025. But before we begin, let's take a moment to reflect on the impact of capacity building with our strategic team.
Real environmental challenges. I remember a student from Region 6 last year who started off nervous, but just after 3 sessions, commanded the stage like a seasoned speaker. It's incredible to witness.
That's exactly why Shout is more than a one-day event. The knowledge and training from these sessions stick with students for life. We've had students from 2023 and 2024 go on to create real-world environmental projects in their schools and communities, like tree planting initiatives and recycling programs.
One of my favorite moments was seeing the Environmental Enhancement Grant from Shout 2024 being used to build an hydroponics garden at Queen's College. This wasn't just a win for the competition, it was a win for sustainability in Guyana. And that's what Shout is all about, equipping young people with the tools to make real change.
Every student who steps onto that stage is already a winner. You've worked hard, developed your voice, and embraced the power of advocacy. Shout isn't just about competition, it's about transformation. Through our capacity building sessions, we've seen firsthand how students from across Guyana develop the confidence, skills, and knowledge to become strong environmental advocates. Let's hear from Amrita, who worked closely with students. What impact have you seen?
Absolutely, Vishal. These sessions give students not just public speaking skills, but also the ability to research, problem solve, and think critically about real environmental challenges. I remember a student from Region 6 last year who started off nervous, but just after 3 sessions, commanded the stage like a seasoned speaker. It's incredible to witness.
That's exactly why Shout is more than a one-day event. The knowledge and training from these sessions stick with students for life. We've had students from 2023 and 2024 go on to create real-world environmental projects in their schools and communities, like tree planting initiatives and recycling programs.
One of my favorite moments was seeing the Environmental Enhancement Grant from Shout 2024 being used to build an hydroponics garden at Queen's College. This wasn't just a win for the competition, it was a win for sustainability in Guyana. And that's what Shout is all about, equipping young people with the tools to make real change.
Every student who steps onto that stage is already a winner. You've worked hard, developed your voice, and embraced the power of advocacy. Team, any words for this year's finalists?
Believe in yourself. Your voice matters. Your ideas are powerful, and your ability to drive change starts now. We are rooting for you.
And no matter what, remember, this is just the beginning. Shout is more than a competition. It's a stepping stone to something greater.
To the Shout 2025 champion, congratulations in advance. You are part of something bigger than yourself. And we can't wait to see how you use this platform to create a greener, brighter Guyana.
Together, we're here to shout.
ExxonMobil is committed to protecting Guyana's unparalleled biodiversity. Our journey in Guyana is a partnership at its very core. We're here to work with the government, communities, local businesses, and other stakeholders to ensure the benefits of our operations here are widely shared. That includes protecting Guyana's environment and its vibrant ecosystems. At ExxonMobil, we believe the private sector plays an important role in supporting and advancing biodiversity initiatives. For more than a decade, ExxonMobil Guyana has helped monitor and study Guyana's biodiversity, from coastal birds and sea turtles to marine mammals and mangroves. These studies have identified 19 previously undocumented coastal bird species, and the marine mammal data we've collected offshore has generated the single most comprehensive data set available on Guyana's coastal marine mammal activity. We use this knowledge and more to inform our project decisions and operations, and we share it with our partners and the government of Guyana to help advance conservation efforts in the country. In Guyana and across the world, ExxonMobil is committed to making a positive impact on the communities and environment where we operate. We strive to protect and preserve the natural habitats in which we operate and to help educate the next generation of conservationists and environmental leaders. Because at ExxonMobil, we're committed to protecting tomorrow today.
The grand finale.
As we wait to learn more about the phases of the competition, we will introduce our selection panel to you. She's a driven individual with over 15 years experience in education, hospitality, and logistics. In the world of logistics, she functions as a manager in a male-dominated industry. Kadezi Morian.
She is passionate about education, youth development, and politics. As director of the Guyana Learning Channel, she leads the creation of digital educational content to expand student access. Anisha Mohammed.
He holds a bachelor's science degree in mechatronic engineering from the Beijing Institute of Technology, China. He later pursued a master's of business administration. Eon Wins.
She is a technical officer at Guyana National Bureau of Standards with over 11 years of experience in food safety, compliance, and training. Brianna Chase Wilson.
She holds a bachelor's in economics, a master's in environmental management with 16 years of experience in program and organizational management across education, extractives, carbon finance, and environmental sectors in Guyana and sub-Saharan Africa. She joined the Rotary Environmental Sustainability Action Group in 2024. Crystal Chung.
She is an experienced professional with over 10 years of service in public administration and social services, currently serving as the Deputy Director of Social Services at the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, Hamwanti Bisesar.
She is a visionary leader, business strategist, and co-creator of Avi AI. As the founder and CEO of Evolve Business Solutions, Inc., she champions digital transformation and leadership development. Currently pursuing a master's in project management, her research focuses on green construction in developing oil-producing countries. Avia Maria Lindy.
He is passionate about research for sustainable development and informed decision-making. As a consultant, he bridges the gap between agencies and clients and also serves as the top producing sales agent and financial advisor in the insurance sector. Joshua Griffith.
She is a dedicated environmental advocate with extensive experience in conservation and public engagement. She's a key member of the award-winning South Rupununi Conservation Society. Our Assistant Chief Judge, Maya De Freitas.
She holds a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, a postgraduate diploma in education, and a Master's in Business Management, with over 12 years' experience as a trained teacher in the field of science. She is also 2025 Influential Women Leaders Awardee and serving as Shout's Selection Panel Chair, Nadia Hussein.
And now we will introduce you to our competition audit team. He is a business strategist with expertise in quality management, compliance, and auditing. With a strong background in certification and organizational development, he drives improvement, innovation, and sustainable growth. Our Chief Auditor, George De Freitas.
She is a business manager, clinical administrator, and youth leader with over 17 years of experience. She is serving as the competition's timekeeper, Manisha Kench.
She is a member of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants of the American Academy of Project Managers and Institute of Chartered Accountants of Guyana. She has over 20 years of experience in auditing and accounting. She is the competition's chartered auditor, Sharmala Churaman.
And there you have it, folks, the team that is tasked with selecting Guyana's next top youth environmental speaker. Let's now hear from the core team of the selection panel.
And we will also hear about the phases of the competition before we begin.
Awesome.
Phase 2 of the competition, the top 30. For 3 years, they have been the backbone of Shout, ensuring fairness, excellence, and integrity in selecting the brightest voices for environmental change. Let's hear from the selection panel. Our chairperson, Mrs. Nadia Hussein, the Protocol and Regulations Director, Dr. Umesh Balmakun, and the Chief Auditor, Mr. George De Freitas, the stewards of Shout's credibility and impact.
A truly standout speech at Shout is one that is delivered with conviction and that aligns with the mission of protecting and preserving our planet while telling a compelling story and inspiring action. At the best, the speech is clear, emotionally engaging, and delivered with confidence and authenticity. Dynamic delivery rounds this all off through tone, body language, and audience engagement. Ultimately, the speech that truly stands out doesn't just inform, it moves people to act.
Fairness in the selection process and judging process is our priority at Shout. We've built a rock-solid judging system that ensures fairness. Our scoring criteria are crystal clear, transparent, and objective. So no favoritism involved, no guesswork. Each judge follows the same structured guidelines. We cross-check in place and keep everything to the point. Plus, with a diverse panel of experts bringing different perspectives, we make sure that every participant voice is heard and valued. In short, fairness isn't just a goal, it is our golden rule.
I have had the absolute privilege of watching Shout blossom from a simple idea to a full-blown phenomenon. Through the past 3 years, I think Shout has really built a reputation to stand on outside of Recover Guyana. Students know it by name, and it really says something about its impact on young environmental advocates.
During our first iteration of Shout, our team knew what we were looking for. We knew the characteristics of what made the top youth environmental speaker. What we did not expect was so many young people all sharing those exact characteristics. That passion for the environment and sense of duty to let their peers know the responsibility that they all had to our planet. I will never forget listening to the speech of the winning participant that very first year, feeling that sense of pride that this was the beginning of something tremendously impactful.
To all the finalists, enjoy the journey. It's a competition that you'll have opportunities to grow and be better in public speaking and be a future environmental activist. So this is your starting point. Enjoy it and grow with it.
To our top 30 national finalists, I wish you nothing but the best for the rest of the competition. You have worked hard. The journey has been long, but fulfilling nonetheless. Continue to be beacons of light for the protection and preservation of our planet.
To our 30 national finalists, congratulations on making it this far. I wish you all the very best as we move forward in today's competition, and I'm sure you're all going to shine bright.
Environmental speaker. What we did not expect was so many young people all sharing those exact characteristics. That passion for the environment and sense of duty to let their peers know the responsibility that they all had to our planet. I will never forget listening to the speech of the winning participant that very first year, feeling that sense of pride that this was the beginning of something tremendously impactful.
To all the finalists, enjoy the journey. It's a competition that you'll have opportunities to grow and be better in public speaking and be a future environmental activist. So this is your starting point. Enjoy it and grow with it.
To our top 30 national finalists, I wish you nothing but the best for the rest of the competition. You have worked hard. The journey has been long, but fulfilling nonetheless. Continue to be beacons of light for the protection and preservation of our planet.
To our 30 national finalists, congratulations on making it this far. I wish you all the very best as we move forward in today's competition, and I'm sure you're all going to shine bright.
Put your hands together for our core team. Up next, phase 2 of Shout begins.
Since 2016, I've helped trans students grasp a new concept, win an award, or soar to new heights. This is what's possible.
Learn more about Mr. Sudu's story and how ExxonMobil's investments in STEM education are benefiting students across Guyana at www.exxonmobil.com/what-is-possible. Did you know Guy Oil's ultra-low sulfur diesel, ULSD, contains less than 0.0001% sulfur? That's significantly less than regular diesel. By using ULSD, you're helping to reduce harmful emissions that can negatively impact the environment and your health. ULSD provides better fuel economy and engine performance thanks to its advanced formulation. When refueling your diesel vehicle, choose Guy Oil's ULSD for a cleaner, more efficient ride.
Welcome back. For the prepared speech, each participant, called in alphabetical order, is given 90 seconds to present. The selection panel is scoring for
opening, confidence, engagement, pace, knowledge, flow, time, and conclusion.
Be reminded, single ring, time to begin speaking. Second ring, 15 seconds remaining. Final ring, time is up. Now let's invite the candidates to present.
Vidya Alexander, Bushlot Secondary School. Guyana is experiencing rapid growth driven by various factors, including oil and gas revenues. How can the country ensure that its development does not compromise its rich biodiversity and natural resources?
Esteemed judges, fellow youth speakers, audience, I am Vidya Alexander, proudly representing Bushlot Secondary School. Today, I stand to address the critical question: how can Guyana ensure that its development does not compromise its rich biodiversity and natural resources? Firstly, we must adopt green infrastructure design like porous pavement and green roofs to reduce environmental footprints. Secondly, Guyana should diversify the pavement for ecosystem services program to include incentives for watershed protection, mangrove restoration, and biodiversity conservation. And lastly, invest in real-time monitoring technologies such as drone surveillance of oil operation and automated water quality sensors to allow early detection of environmental harm. To conclude, adopting the green infrastructure design, diversifying the pavement for ecosystem services program, and invest in real-time monitoring technologies are the three ways we can ensure our development does not compromise our rich biodiversity and natural resources. Thank you.
Samira Wahid, Baijaval Secondary School. As a part of the Amazon basin, Guyana is home to diverse ecosystems. How does deforestation and climate change threaten this critical rainforest? And what can Guyana do to protect its part of the lungs of the earth?
Good morning, esteemed judges, fellow students, and environmental stewards. My name is Samira Wahid, a very proud representative of Baijaval Secondary. Now, for me, just for a moment, close your eyes and imagine Guyana's rainforest. Tall, green, and alive. Now, imagine it silent, trees gone, rivers dry, and air heavy. Is this the kind of world we want to live in? This isn't science fiction. This is the future we risk. Guyana holds over 85% forest cover, the lungs of the earth, the Amazon, but today those lungs are under threat. Illegal logging, reckless mining, and climate change strips away our future one tree at a time. Floods drowning farms, droughts destroying crops, and most importantly, indigenous communities who've protected these forests for centuries now suffer in silence. So what can we do about it? First, invest in environmental impacts like satellite monitoring, because we must watch what we want to protect. Second, invest in ecotourism and community forestry so we can earn by preserving rather than destroying. Third, educate our youth, not just in books, because remember, true change starts with us. Guyana is already leading with its low carbon development strategy, proving that our forests are worth more alive than dead. But policy needs people and action needs voices. So I promise to lend mine for generations to come. Thank you.
Isaac Atkinson, Christchurch Secondary School. In a country where more than 80% of the land is forested, using specific examples, how can young activists lead environmental initiatives from cleanup drives to policy advocacy?
My name is Isaac Atkinson, representing Christchurch Secondary. Now imagine this. One day, the forest we knew, the one that gives us clean air, cool shade, food, wildlife, were all gone. Not because we didn't care, but because we didn't act. Guyana is blessed with over 80% of forest cover. But despite this, our forests still face real threats like logging, gold mining, and road project development. As young leaders, we have a responsibility to act. We are not powerless. Let's lead by doing. Organize cleanups. Let's lead by doing. Organize cleanups. Secondly, let's educate. Most people harm the environment out of ignorance, not malice. So let's address this by social media campaigns. Thirdly, let's raise our voices. Like Greta Thunberg, we can use global platforms like the Conference of Parties to raise our voices and raise our voices to protect our forests. Finally, let's innovate. Use green technology. Use technology to protect what is ours. Thank you.
Mervyn Williams, DC Cesar Fox Secondary School. After discovering oil in 2015, 10 years later, Guyana is becoming a major global petroleum producer. What steps has the country taken, as well as what else can we do to ensure that we remain at a net negative emission?
Good morning, everyone. All protocols observed. My name is Mervyn Williams from DC Cesar Fox Secondary School, Upper Mazaruni, Region 7. In 2015, Guyana discovered massive offshore oil reserves and became a major global petroleum producer by partnering with companies like ExxonMobil. Oil production began in 2019, and the country established a Natural Resource Fund to manage our oil revenues responsibly. Despite this growth, Guyana remains a net negative emitter in the world thanks to its vast forest, which covers over 85% of the land and absorbs more carbon dioxide than the nation produces. To safeguard this environmental legacy, Guyana launched its low-carbon development strategy and became the first country to sell high-quality carbon credits, generating income for forest protection and climate resilience. However, more must be done. Guyana needs to invest its oil revenues to boost renewable energy sources and reforestation efforts, which will aim to reduce environmental impact and promote sustainable development. There is a possibility of Guyana developing its natural resources while protecting the environment, paving the way for a prosperous and sustainable future. Thank you.
Justin DeSantos, Diamond Secondary School. Mercury pollution from illegal and unregulated mining threatens water sources like the Essequibo River. What steps can be taken to curb this practice and balance economic benefits with environmental protection?
Loss of native land.
harming both the environment and the communities depending on it. Yes, mining supports Guyana's economy, but when done illegally and irresponsibly, it can cause long-term damage, which is why it must be stopped. However, you may ask, how can we stop this? Well, first, we need to strengthen our legal framework. Agencies like the GGMC and EPA should work closely with the Guyana Police Force using patrols, drones, and monitoring stations in high-risk areas. Second, we must raise public awareness by educating miners and communities through schools, media, and outreach. And finally, by collaborating with organizations like the UNDP and CARICOM, we can access training, funding, and global support. Ultimately, we must put a stop to mercury pollution and protect the Essequibo River. Let's all take action now before it's too late. Thank you.
Rondell Weeks, East Rangvel Secondary School. Over 90% of Guyana's population lives along the low-lying coastal region, making it highly vulnerable to sea level rise. What infrastructure, policy, or relocation strategies should be considered?
Honorable judges, visionary citizens, and passionate participants, a pleasant morning to you all. Let me remind you the level of vulnerability we face is not science fiction. This is Guyana's low coastal plain, clinging to a rising and restless Atlantic Ocean and home to over 90% of the population. Distinguished judges, I ask, what will happen to our beloved nation when the sea rises? We cannot build walls forever, but we must act now. Respected policymakers and leaders, no need to look further. Let us enact, reinforce, and expand our low carbon development strategy 2030. It is not just a document, it is a lifeline. It outlines real solutions. Visionary citizens, we must support the Coastal Adaptation and Resilience Project, which includes rehabilitation of 45 cokers to control flooding. Innovative thinkers, the Agriculture Innovation Entrepreneurship Program are constructing 300 shade houses and embracing climate-smart agriculture. Ambitious planners, our 2024 budget funds major canal works, like the Proven Hope Canal, a garden during heavy rains. And for the future, Silica City, President Dr. Irfan Ali's inland vision will offer a safe home for generations to come. Esteemed audience, we can be a part of climate change by preparing, adapting, and rising. Thank you.
Michaela Collins, Fort Wellington Secondary School. Traditional farming methods can lead to soil degradation and deforestation. What effect do agroforestry or organic farming practices have on preserving land while maintaining food security?
Good morning, members of Shout, esteemed teachers, fellow students, and distinguished invitees. I am Michaela Collins, a grade 10 student at Fort Wellington Secondary School. It is an honor to present on the topic, traditional farming methods can lead to soil degradation and deforestation. What effects do agroforestry or organic farming practices have on preserving land while maintaining food security? While traditional farming has historically supported food production, its methods such as intensive tilling, monoculture, and heavy chemical use has contributed significantly to degradation, water contamination, and deforestation. However, according to principles of environmental science by Cunningham, soil erosion has reduced agricultural productivity by up to 30% in certain regions. However, sustainable alternatives offer promising solutions. Agroforestry, the strategic interpretation of agroforestry, the strategic integration of soil protects against soil erosion, enhance water retention, promotes biodiversity, promotes additional resources such as fruit and timber. A 2020 study from Kenya, published in Agroforestry System Journals, reported a 40% increase in crop yields during droughts on agroforestry farms compared to monoculture system. Similarly, organic farming, which emphasize composing crop production, nature soil pest control, nurture soil health, also reduce environmental pollution, towards sustainability. In closing, both agroforestry and organic farming lead viable paths towards environmental preservation and food security. Therefore, it is imperative that policymakers, consumers, farmers work collaboratively to support and adopt these sustainable practices. In closing, I would like to echo words of environmentalist Vandana Shiva. Soil and man is one and indivisible. Thank you.
Damian Martins, Hope Secondary School. The Demerara and Essequibo rivers are often polluted with plastic waste. What policies, incentives, or awareness campaigns can be used to reduce plastic use and improve waste management?
Starting, I would like to say good morning to our esteemed judges and audience. The Demerara and Essequibo rivers are protected by us, but are they really? Recently, Demerara and Essequibo rivers are becoming dumping grounds for plastic waste. And I would like to state what we can do through policies, incentives, and meaningful announcements to the people of Guyana to encourage them to start reducing plastic waste. The Demerara and Essequibo rivers are lifelines for many communities in Guyana. Unfortunately, again, they are becoming dumping grounds for plastic waste. What can the government do to help towards this? They could start, the government of Guyana could enforce bans on single-use plastic while encouraging the use of safer alternatives like biodegradable plastic. They could also help with waste management and recycling. We also need meaningful incentives like cash rewards for returning plastic bottles or tax breaks from eco-friendly businesses to motivate both individuals and companies to reduce the use of plastic. By combining meaningful incentives and policies are not enough. We need awareness to the audience, to the community. Through campaigns in schools, communities, and social medias, we can inform citizens about the dangers of plastic pollution and encourage them to make a change in the future. Through these, we can work together to protecting our rivers and the natural beauty of our country. Thank you so much for your time.
Just a reminder for the audience, we do recommend that nobody goes live at this time. Next up, Christina Tikaram, Leg 1 Secondary School. Guyana is recognized for its untouched rainforests and wildlife. How can responsible tourism create jobs while ensuring that natural habitats remain undisturbed?
Christina Tikaram here representing Leg 1 Secondary. My topic is Guyana is recognized for its untouched rainforests and wildlife. How can responsible tourism create jobs while ensuring that natural habitats remain undisturbed? Currently, Guyana's pristine natural environment is attracting tourism, offering exciting opportunities for jobs, businesses, and economic growth. But there's an important question. How do we welcome visitors without harming the very nature they come to see? The answer is responsible tourism. According to the WTO, responsible tourism uses management and planning to create positive impacts on the economy, society, culture, and environment. Firstly, community-based tourism involves locally guided tours and run eco-lodges, keeping the benefits local. Secondly, training and education prepare young Guyanese for ecotourism and conservation careers. Thirdly, strict environmental guidelines reduce waste, protect wildlife, and monitor visitors. And lastly, partnerships with conservation organizations ensures tourism revenues, supports protected areas, and sustainable development. Now, if we do this right, tourism will bring us pride, money, and growth while keeping our rainforests alive and thriving. Thank you.
Amanda Sampson, Lower Currentine Secondary School. Amerindian communities have practiced sustainable living for centuries. How can their wisdom help fight climate change and environmental degradation in modern Guyana?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amanda Sampson, and I am from Lower Currentine Secondary School. For centuries, the Amerindian communities have lived in harmony with the environment. According to geoforestcxc.com, Guyana is about 85% forest, which most of our Amerindian brothers and sisters live in. Their way of life is built on respect for nature. They take only what they need from the land, allowing forests, rivers, and wildlife to thrive. Isn't this exactly what a Guyana that is on the path to modernization needs right now? Their traditional farming methods, such as crop rotation, help preserve soil health and biodiversity. They use natural resources, wisely relying on herbal medicine and biodegradable material, such as mukru crates for storing crops, and mostly walking instead of using fuel-powered transportation. Additionally, they rely mostly on renewable energy, especially solar. These practices reduces pollution and keeps the world's carbon footprint low. Our modern lifestyle contributes to global warming. However, the Amerindian way teaches us how to live with nature, not against it. If modern Guyana truly wants to protect the environment, then we must emulate the Amerindian practices. Thank you.
Awesome presentations from our students so far. We'll be going into a short ad break, and then we'll be right back with you.
Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Non-Prasadhan Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc.,
composting, or stricter littering laws help to address this.
Good morning. My name is Lily Helger from North Georgetown Secondary School, and today I will be sharing a problem with you. Today I will be sharing an idea with you that's small enough to start a school, but big enough to help the planet. We all see it every day. Overflowing bins, waste, plastic waste filling our drains and rivers. But I believe change can begin right here with all of us. That's why I want to launch a campaign called Clean Campus Initiative. This project focuses on 3 key actions. Firstly, recycling. By placing bins around the school for paper, plastic, and cans, we can We reduce what goes into the landfill while encouraging students to sort their waste properly. Secondly, composting. Instead of throwing away food scraps, we use them as compost for plants. Thirdly, education. We'll run an anti-littering campaign encouraging students about how small acts like throwing garbage into correct bins can save our planet, wildlife, and our future. This change can begin right here with us, and we can step forward to make a cleaner Guyana and a healthier planet. Thank you.
Oseyande, Glasgow, Novar Secondary School. Species like the giant anteater and harpy eagle depend on forests for survival. How does deforestation for agriculture and logging threaten biodiversity, and what can be done?
Good morning, esteemed judges, fellow participants. Imagine if someone came to your house, chopped your bed in half, smashed your fridge, and then asked, "Why are you running?" Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's what we're doing to animals like the giant anteater and the harpy eagle when we destroy forests. Forests are not just trees standing around like boat giants. They are homes, home full of food, shelter, and safety. The giant anteater really depends on the forest floor, digging for ants like a shed looking for secret spices. The harpy eagle, big and powerful like a superhero, need all trees to build nests. No tree, no home. No home, no harpy eagle. Deforestation by farming and logging is destroying our forests faster than TikTok trend. This affects the ecosystem health and diversity by causing many plants and animals to decrease or go extinct. Forest equivalent of football field is lost every 2 seconds. Imagine that. The UN warns that about 80% of all land animals live in forests. But guess what? We need a forest to survive too. Trees are Earth's lungs. They breathe in our pollution and call for fresh air, while giving us clean water, food, and even medicine. Therefore, to protect forests, we need to start small, recycle, plant trees, support companies that don't destroy forests, and advocate for nature need, not just for food. As Jane Goodall said, what you do makes a difference. You have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Let's not be the generation that traded jaguars, eagles, and anteater for more hamburgers and paper napkin. Let's be the air nature need. After all, if we destroy forests, where would the eagles live? Probably in our backyard, and I don't think they'll ask permission. So, let's save our forests, because in saving them, we save ourselves. Thank you.
Sabrina Jagdeo, President's College. Hydropower and solar energy have been proposed as alternatives to fossil fuels. Explain what challenges Guyana faces in making this transition.
Good morning, judges, fellow participants, and audience. I am Sabrina Jagdeo, representing President's College. Today, I'll be speaking on the challenges Guyana faces in transitioning from fossil fuel to hydropower and solar energy. Did you know that over 85% of Guyana's electricity still comes from fossil fuels, which are non-renewable and pollute the environment? That's why many are turning to hydropower, which uses the energy of flowing water to produce electricity, and solar energy, which captures sunlight through panels to generate power. However, making the switch is not always easy. One major challenge is hydropower development. Projects like the Amalia Falls has faced delays for many years due to high costs, politics, and environmental concerns. Building dams can also damage ecosystem and force people to relocate. Meanwhile, solar energy seems ideal for Guyana's abundant sunshine, but solar panels are expensive, and many rural areas lack the proper system to support them. And even with panels, we need batteries to store energy for night or cloudy days. So think about it. How do we ensure a steady supply of power? Another key issue is the shortage of trained workers. Without skilled professionals to install and maintain these systems, we can't keep them up and running. Despite these challenges, Guyana can still lead the way in clean energy if we invest wisely, train our people, and plan for the long term. Let's power Guyana together with clean, sustainable energy. Thank you.
Samaya Karim, Kayam's Academy. The jaguar, Guyana's national animal, is increasingly threatened by habitat destruction. What conservation measures could safeguard this iconic predator?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maya Karim, and I'm representing Koyam Academy. My topic is conservation methods that can safeguard Guyana's jaguar. What does a disappearing jaguar mean for you, me, and the air we breathe? You see, Guyana's jaguars are more than just a symbol or a national coat of arms. They're the guardians of our rainforests. Unfortunately, they have been listed as near threatened on the IUCN Red List due to habitat destruction, not caused by storms or natural disasters, but caused by the chainsaws and bulldozers we humans use. Although Guyana is actively trying to preserve the jaguar's habitat, more needs to be done. My recommendations are: 1. We can accelerate the implementation of the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030, which aims to expand protected forestlands. 2. We can provide local communities with incentives for conservation efforts such as ecotourism and sustainable resource management. These will offer alternative livelihood and reduce the reliance on practices that harm the jaguar's habitat. 3. We can launch nationwide educational campaigns about the jaguar's ecological role and the importance of biodiversity conservation. A thriving jaguar population means the forest is intact and functioning well. Do you really want us to be the generation that watches as our national treasure vanishes? So let's rise up and act now before it's too late. Thank you.
With sea levels rising due to climate change, how would investing more in sea defenses, mangrove restoration, or even planned relocation efforts affect Guyana's coastline?
Good morning. Please permit me to adopt the established protocols. I am Anushka Singh, representing Queen's College, addressing the critical question: with sea levels rising due to climate change, how can investing in sea defenses, mangrove restoration, or planned relocation impact Guyana's coastline? Over 90% of Guyana's population, infrastructure, and economic activities are located on our coastline, which is below sea level. Rising seas cause flooding, saltwater intrusion, and damage to homes and farmland. Urgent action is essential. Firstly, enhancing sea defenses can protect communities and farmland. These structures will prevent saltwater from moving inland and safeguard freshwater supplies and agricultural investments. Secondly, mangrove restoration is a natural and cost-effective solution. Mangroves reduce wave energy, bind soil, prevent erosion, and absorb carbon dioxide. They also support diverse marine ecosystems. However, restoration must be continuous. Thirdly, planned relocation is necessary in areas at risk of permanent inundation. Despite being costly and distressing, careful planning and access to services is essential. In conclusion, Guyana must adopt a balanced strategy, investing in all three approaches to mitigate the effects of rising seas and protect.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our first 15 national finalists. You will get to meet and hear from our next set of national shout finalists when we come back.
on the numbers. Develop programs. I am an industrial hygienist at ExxonMobil Guyana. I focus on employee health and well-being and develop programs that protect my colleagues. I am one of 1,400 women employed in Guyana's oil and gas industry.
As a local content analyst at ExxonMobil Guyana, I work directly with the local business community. I focus on the numbers, helping Guyana's economy and people benefit from oil and gas. This is what's possible.
Learn more about Rochelle and Ashley's stories and about ExxonMobil's commitment to empowering women in the workplace at www.exxonmobil.com/what is possible.
Welcome back. We now invite Jaden Plankier from Cuthbert Secondary School. Some of the world's largest companies are responsible for a significant share of global carbon emissions. Given their significant role in global operations, what measures can large companies implement to reduce their carbon footprint and enhance sustainability?
A pleasant good morning, esteemed judges and audience. My name is Jaden Klinkin, and I'm representing St. Cuthbert Secondary School. Today, I'll be presenting my speech under the given question, what measures can large companies implement to reduce their carbon footprint and enhance sustainability? Did you know that just 100 companies are responsible for 71% of carbon emission globally, contributing to significant climate change? Sustainability should be a priority, especially in Guyana. With the growth of industrialization currently, companies should be able to implement approaches that do not jeopardize our future environmentally, economically, and socially. Measures that these companies can incorporate to lessen their carbon footprint and reach this goal are following one of Guyana's low carbon development strategy, whereby the use of fossil fuel, especially diesel, is replaced with natural gas and hydropower. Companies that require a vast amount of electricity to power their machines can take this into consideration. In addition, companies can engage in the purchasing of carbon credit and investing in environmental projects. Furthermore, companies, especially in the oil and gas sector, should invest in carbon capture and storage technology as it buries carbon underground, ultimately lowering the CO2 emission. In conclusion, companies can reduce their carbon footprint by incorporating renewable energy into their product operations and by investing in environmental projects and technologies to create a greener state. Thank you.
Sebastian Khan, St. Joseph High School. Many countries have pledged to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. What strategies, from carbon capture to green energy investments, are most effective?
What are the most effective strategies for achieving net zero emissions by 2050, from green energy to carbon capture? The world has made it clear, net zero by 2050. Not a wish, not a deadline, but a mission. And for Guyana, we're not behind, we're actually ahead. We may be a small nation, but we hold two big answers, green energy and carbon capture. But how green energy? Guyana receives over 2,000 hours of sunlight yearly. That's free, clean, unlimited power generated from the sun. We're investing in solar farms across the hinterland regions, and we're working towards a sustainable development future with the Amalia Falls hydropower project, which will lead in the biggest steps in our energy transition. This is local power, green power, proud Guyanese power. Now, carbon capture. Guyana has 18 million hectares of rainforest. That's millions tons of carbon dioxide naturally absorbed by the rainforest every single year. Through the low carbon development strategy, we protect our rainforests and earn carbon credits, showing that our trees are worth more standing up than cut down. 2,000 hours of sunlight, 18 million hectares of rainforest. These are not just statistics. These are our tools, these are solutions, and they are our future. Green energy and carbon capture, these are not just strategies. These are hopes, our strengths, and our contributions to a global cause. Net zero by 2050 is not a fantasy, not for Guyana, not for us. We're leading a way that's no longer a dream, but a reality. Thank you.
Before we call our next finalists, we will give our judges some time to tabulate.
I am an industrial hygienist at ExxonMobil Guyana. I focus on employee health and well-being and develop programs that protect my colleagues. I am one of 1,400 women employed in Guyana's oil and gas industry.
As a local content analyst at ExxonMobil Guyana, I work directly with the local business community. I focus on the numbers, helping Guyana's economy and people benefit from oil and gas. This is what's possible.
Learn more about Rochelle and Ashley's stories and about ExxonMobil's commitment to empowering women in the workplace at www.exxonmobil.com/what-is-possible.
Meshach Ford, St. Rose's High School. Greta Thunberg and youth activists worldwide have proven that young voices matter. How can students lead efforts in policy change, conservation, and awareness?
Do you believe students have the power to make a difference? Good morning, everyone, worthy judges, opponents, and valued audiences. I am Meshach Ford, and I am representing the prestigious St. Rose's High School. My question is, how can students lead efforts in policy change, conservation, and awareness? Greta once said, "You're never too small to make a difference." And in 2018, she proved it by sparking a global movement that inspired over 7 million people across 185 countries demanding climate action. So how do we lead? First, through policy change. Whether it's protests, petitions, or student clubs, we can push for real impact and hold leaders accountable. In 2021, at the COP26 summit, over 30 countries pledged to phase out coal under youth-led pressure. Secondly, conservation. Actions speak louder than words. Start small, organize cleanup drives, plant trees, and ditch plastic at school. If one tree absorbs over 48 pounds of carbon dioxide a year, imagine if every student planted one. And lastly, awareness. We are a digital generation, and social media is our megaphone. We can use it to share facts and host online events that would make environmental action more visible and viral. So be the spark. And remember, everything starts with policy change, grows with conservation, and spreads with awareness. Thank you.
Rebecca Prem Das, St. Stanislaus College. From deforestation to plastic pollution to ocean acidification, what issue deserves the most urgent global attention?
Honorable judges, everyone, a pleasant good morning. I am Rebecca Premdas from St. Stanislaus College, and the topic I will be dealing with today is from deforestation to plastic pollution to ocean acidification, what issue deserves the most global attention? From the three environmental threats we may face, plastic pollution is the one that is the most urgent. It is a one silent killer rapidly choking our planet. Plastic pollution cannot be naturally resolved. Deforestation can heal itself through nature by seeds and regrowth. Ocean acidification can be reduced through emissions if we reduce their emissions. However, plastic pollution cannot be resolved naturally. Plastic does not biodegrade. Governments should enforce stricter regulations and safer alternatives. Industries must innovate, and us as individuals must come together to reduce, reuse, and recycle responsibly. We must come together to ensure a safer and greener environment and to put an end to plastic pollution. Thank you.
Samaya Shaw, Stewartville Secondary. AI, carbon capture, and renewable energy advancements offer hope. What are the most promising technologies and how can they be scaled up?
Greetings. It is a privilege to stand before you all today. I am Samaya Shaw from Stewartville Secondary School, and my speech is based on AI, carbon capture, and renewable energy, Guyana's road to climate leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand at a pivotal moment. The climate crisis is not a danger out there on the horizon, but it's already here, and it calls for us to act with audacity. But the great news is that we have the tools to fight back. Artificial intelligence, carbon capture, and renewable energy technologies offer real hope, and now is the time to use scale. Renewable energy is no longer a choice, it's a necessity. Our equatorial sun and Atlantic winds are our best assets. All coastal towns in Guyana will have an operational solar microgrid in 2 years, cutting family energy costs by 40%. By investing in our grids and in local solutions like microgrids, we can make renewables the backbone of our energy system. Carbon capture is key. Over 3 years, we'll capture 60% emissions at major operations, converting it into valuable products for economic gain. AI will boost progress. This will turn environmental responsibility into a direct opportunity. Our plan is to build on a strong partnership. We'll fund climate tech, train 5,000 technicians, and empower communities with 75% project ownership. This is our imperative. Guyana will lead this way. The decade of Guyanese climate leadership begins today. Thank you.
Jonathan Singh, Tagore Memorial Secondary School. Scientists warn of the sixth mass extinction. How does biodiversity loss affect ecosystems, food security, and medicine?
We depend on the natural world for every mouthful of food that we eat and every breath of air that we take. We are part of nature, not apart from it. Sir David Attenborough. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jonathan Singh, and I am representing Tagore Memorial Secondary School. And my question is, scientists warn us about the sixth mass extinction. How does biodiversity loss affect the ecosystem, food security, and medicine? Imagine walking through a forest where birds no longer sing, pollinators no longer buzz, and the air feels empty. This isn't a dystopian fantasy, rather than a silent, accelerating crisis. As species disappear, ecosystem collapse, disrupting vital services such as carbon storage, pollination, and nutrient cycling. In Guyana, forest stores over 19.5 billion tons of CO2, helping to regulate the climate. But at the same time, we are losing untapped sources of medicine as potential life-saving species are lost before they are even studied. So, in order to stop this crisis, we must act boldly. This isn't just about saving endangered animals or faraway rainforests. It's about protecting the system that makes our life possible. Every species lost is a warning. Every forest destroyed is a door closing on our future. We are the generation with the tool, with the knowledge, and with the responsibility to act. If we choose to protect biodiversity today, we don't just defend nature, we defend humanity. The future is calling on us to stand up, to speak up, to lead, and to shout. Thank you.
Kavina Singh, the Bishop's High School. The Paris Agreement sets emissions targets, but enforcement is weak. What policies or actions do you think could push countries to take climate change seriously?
Good morning, everyone. I am Kavina Singh from the Bishop's High School. I will be addressing how to enforce the Paris Agreement and to protect our Earth. The Paris Agreement was a landmark in the battle for climate change, but without teeth, it became a paper tiger, impressive on the surface, but powerless in action. To make it bite, we need two key measures: international carbon tariffs and mandatory climate transparency. Carbon tariffs would act like economic guardrails steering countries towards greener practices by taxing carbon-heavy exports. The European Union's border carbon adjustment is already doing this. Either you clean up your emissions or you pay the price to trade. Secondly, climate transparency is vital. Imagine if the world had climate report cards. Objective, public, and unavoidable. If countries were required to audit and publish these emissions data, citizens could hold them accountable and the fog of greenwashing would lift. In short, public accountability and the pressure on their finance would give this agreement the edge it needs to improve and power us toward better improvement. It is time that our climate promises become enforceable and not optional. Thank you.
Selena Beckles, the new Central High School. Renewable energy is expensive to implement. What measures can wealthier nations put in place to assist the transition for developing countries?
Are observed. The 21st century presents humanity with a critical choice: care for our planet or face severe consequences. As such, I, Selena Beckles, shout for the use of renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, biomass, geothermal, and hydroelectric power, which offer sustainable solutions that naturally replenish over time without depletion through human use. Renewable initiatives are expensive to implement. How can wealthy, more developed countries help developing countries like us? Through finance. Of utmost importance is finance. Significant financial investments is needed to provide the capture technology to establish renewable infrastructure. Banks can also offer lower interest rates for loans that support renewable projects. Here in Guyana, we are already benefiting from the support of wealthy nations through the Norway Agreement. Some monies have been used to establish photovoltaic panels across several regions. Developed countries can also shift subsidies from fossil fuels to renewables, which can improve public health, economic activity, and create employment opportunities for citizens. In addition, developed countries can put systems in place. Renewable energy is key to a safer, cleaner, sustainable world. We can achieve this with help from our developed counterparts. Thank you.
At this time, we will give our judges 1 minute to continue to tabulate.
Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Nan-Prasad and Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Guy Oil. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media, logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy, stage and decor partner, Elevate, Production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions. Broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel. Hospitality partner, Crowned. Transportation partner, Book a Ride. Prize sponsors.
The fashion industry accounts for 10% of global carbon emissions. Should consumers boycott unsustainable brands, or should there be laws to regulate them?
Do you know that the average woman has about 25 pairs of shoes and 30 bags? How many do you have? Good morning, esteemed judges, guests, all. My name is Rafael Park from the New Guyana School. The fashion industry is responsible for 10% of global carbon emissions. That is more than all international flights and ships combined. Boycotting brands may vary with opinions, affordability, culture, and the market influence of the brands. More so, boycotts are not sustainable as we often forget reason and cause. On the other hand, laws are fixed, sustainable, and can be easily enforced given that they are passed in Parliament and soon after gazetted. Laws, when put in place, will regulate the usage of unsustainable materials in the fashion industry. We are on a highway to climate hell, with our foot still on the accelerator. Only bold laws and decisive policy shifts can apply brakes. Antonio Gutierrez, thank you.
Our next participant from 3 Mile Secondary School is unable to compete at this time.
Roshana Passad, Iflut Secondary School. From diet choices to energy use, detail what lifestyle changes have the biggest impact on the environment and sustainability.
Simon Knott, West Emera Secondary School. 1/3 of all food produced is wasted. How does this contribute to methane emissions, and what solutions can reduce waste?
Good morning, respected judges, fellow participants, and guests. I'm Simon Knott, the finalist representing West Emera Secondary School. Allow me to ask you this. Have you ever thrown away food thinking it's just a little bit? Now, imagine this act multiplied or participated by 8 billion people. Globally, 1/3 of all foods produced, which is about 1.3 billion tons, goes to waste every year. But this isn't just about hunger or waste. This is about climate change. When foods end up in landfills, it breaks down without oxygen, producing methane, a greenhouse gas 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide. Shockingly, food waste alone contributes nearly 8% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That's more than the entire aviation industry. But the good news is we can improve this. By implementing better storage and transportation systems, especially in developing countries, we can reduce food spoilage before food items even hit the shelves. So making public awareness practice more, we can help consumers buy what they need rather than what they want, which can contribute to overconsumption. To implementing donation programs and composting, we can ensure that food is used and not wasted. So, in conclusion, I ask, the next time you throw your leftovers into the bin, think of it as more than just trash. Because by cutting food waste, we can reduce global warming, climate change, and reduce global gas emissions. Thank you.
Marvin Drakes, Woodley Park Secondary School. Industrial farming depletes soil and water resources. Should governments fund organic and regenerative agriculture instead?
And today, I will
I will explore how industrial farming depletes soil and water resources and why government should fund organic and regenerative agriculture instead. Industrial farming increases food production but harms the environment by depleting its soil, stripping it from its natural nutrients, polluting waters, and reducing biodiversity as ecosystems are weakening over time. So, how can we solve this? The solution lies in funding organic and regenerative agriculture. Organic and regenerative agriculture restores and nurtures the land, promoting sustainability and improving soil health, which boosts the nutritional values of food. As Rudell Institute stated, and I quote, organic and regenerative agriculture prioritizes soil health, creating farming system that works with harmony with nature, improving quality of life for all living creatures involved. End of quote. Composting, crop rotation, and cover cropping enrich soil, improve water retention, and strengthen food systems. These also help to address one of the most pressing issues of our time, climate change. Beyond environmental impact, funding organic and regenerative agriculture also bring economic and social benefits, creating local jobs, supporting small farmers, and reduces health risks as people consume safer and chemical-free food. In conclusion, funding organic and regenerative agriculture is a vital investment in a sustainable, greener, and healthier future. Thank you very much.
Narissa Rupnarain, Yarrow Cabra Secondary School. Space launches produce massive carbon emissions and space debris is accumulating. What are your thoughts on reducing space exploration in favor of ensuring environmental protection, and what alternatives are there to make space travel more sustainable?
Honorable judges, esteemed audience, and distinguished colleagues, a special good morning to you all. I am Narissa Rupnarain, representing Yarrow Cabra Secondary School, Region Number 4. Today, I ask a thought-provoking question. Should we limit space exploration to protect our environment? More importantly, how can we ensure space travel remains sustainable? Space travel transforms science and technology, improving communication, disaster preparedness, and environmental monitoring. However, concerns over carbon emissions and the growing threat of space debris raise questions about its environmental impact. If left unchecked, fragments from satellites and rockets can pollute Earth's orbit, endangering future missions and space operations. Thankfully, innovation is driving solutions. Reusable rockets like SpaceX's Falcon 9 reduces waste, while low-emission fuels aim to minimize pollution. In addition, missions like ClearSpace 1 focus on removing hazardous debris to keep Earth's orbit clean. In conclusion, we must explore wisely, advancing discovery without harming our planet. As Michael Collins said, and I quote, "Exploration is not a choice, it's an imperative." End of quote. Thank you.
At this time, we will take a 1-minute ad break. Now we will have our next presenter, Kezia Wilson, Zeeburg Secondary School. AI is being used to track deforestation, optimize energy use, and predict climate patterns. How else can AI revolutionize environmental protection?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kezia Wilson, representing Zeeburg Secondary School. AI is transforming our world at lightning speed, so shouldn't we use it to protect the very environment that we depend on? AI can use to detect, educate, and resolve issues affecting our planet. Firstly, AI can detect illegal activities such as poaching. Poaching is known as the illegal killing off of wild animals, which contributes to extinction. AI can also track hydrocarbon projects as it relates to ocean pollution. Since we all know Guyana is currently tied to hydrocarbon projects. Secondly, AI can teach eco-friendly habits by use of apps as well as chatbots. This can both teach parents as well as children the effects. This can both teach parents as well as children issues affecting our planet, as well as give them an idea on ways they can solve these issues. Did you know there's an app called EcoBot that plants a tree for every 10 questions that you ask? How cool is that? Lastly, AI can help track mitigation efforts by analyzing a large amount of data, measure progress, track areas falling behind, as well as suggest improvements. In essence, AI is a vital ally for our art because it can detect, educate, and resolve issues affecting our planet. So remember, DER, detect, educate, and resolve. Thank you all for listening.
Next up, we'll have Roshana Prasad from iFlood Secondary School. From diet choices to energy use, detail what lifestyle changes have the biggest impact on the environment and sustainability.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Roshana Prasad. I'm a grade 9 student of iFlood Secondary School. When it comes to helping the environment, the choices we make in our daily lives really matter. From what's on our plate to how we power our homes. Every small choices add up. So, this morning I'm here to share with you This morning I'm here to share with you the changes, the most powerful changes lifestyle that can make the difference in our planet. First, our diet. Eat less meat and dairy and focus on plant-based meals. Reduce food waste. Next, transportation. Walking, biking, carpooling, or public transport can cut carbon emission. Energy use. We can enhance home energy efficiency through LED lights, smart appliances, and renewable resources. Thank you.
And there you have it, folks. Please put your hands together one more time for our 30 national finalists.
As we await the announcement of the top 10 national finalists for Shout 3.0, we are pleased to announce the winning prizes for this year's competition.
The winning school will receive a cash grant of $1 million Guyana dollars towards an environmental advancement project, 1 year free one-fiber internet service, and the winning teacher also gets a trip to Kaito Falls. This year, we introduced county winners for Phase 1 of the competition. Each county winner gets ExxonMobil Guyana County Winner Green Innovation Award and $100,000 in branding credit from Savor Marketing Inc. Our top 10 awardees will receive flawless dental vouchers valued at $35,000. Our first place winner, Guyana's Youth Environmental Speaker 2025, will receive an environmental award. The winning school will receive a cash grant of $1 million Guyana dollars towards an environmental advancement project, 1 year free one fiber internet service, and the winning teacher also gets a trip to Kaito Falls. This year, we introduced county winners for phase 1 of the competition. Each county winner gets ExxonMobil Guyana County Winner Green Innovation Award and $100,000 in branding credit from Saver Marketing Inc. Our top 10 awardees will receive flawless dental vouchers valued at $35,000. Our first place winner, Guyana's Youth Environmental Speaker 2025, will receive an environmental award, 1 HP laptop, 1 year free one fiber internet service, and the cash prize of $100,000. Our second place winner will receive an environmental award, 1 HP laptop, 1 year free one fiber internet service, and a cash prize of $50,000. Our third place winner will receive an environmental award, 1 HP laptop, 1 year free one fiber internet service, and a cash prize of $25,000. Our special prizes include special awards for Best Speaker, Influential, Environmental Impact, and Go Green. Our national finalists, that is our top 30, will receive an official Recover Guyana pin, a hamper from Massey Stores Guyana, a participation token from Scotiabank Guyana, a token from ExxonMobil Guyana, a participant award. Congratulations to our national finalists in this year's Shout
Tourism Authority, 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Non-Prasad and Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Guy Oil. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media, logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy, stage and decor partner, Elevate, production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions, broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel, hospitality partner, Crowned, transportation partner, Book a Ride, prize sponsors, Guyana Tourism Authority, 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc., Trophy Stall, Massey Stores Guyana, AN Pins and Gifts. Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Non-Prasad and Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Guy Oil. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media, logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy, stage and decor partner, Elevate, production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions, broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel, hospitality partner, Crowned, transportation partner, Book a Ride, prize sponsors, Guyana Tourism Authority, 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc., Trophy Stall, Massey Stores Guyana, AN Pins and Gifts.
My name is Trevor Franklin, and beyond ExxonMobil, I'm a beekeeper. Most people don't understand that bees are keystone species. If there are no bees, there are no flowers, there's no food. That's the end of mankind as we know it. For me, given that I like the outdoors, there's a level of adrenaline rush that comes with beehives. The amount of bees that are in that box, you won't believe until you open them. In that box, you can have like 30,000 bees coming at you when you smoke them, and then you open up, and that's the feeling. You need to be there to experience it. More people should pay attention to bees. I think the idea out there that bees are dangerous, yes they are, but if managed properly, they are beneficial. I'm an environmental and regulatory advisor at ExxonMobil Guyana, and I think what I do onshore, offshore, at the office links to what I do here in my spare time. I think the environment is connected, and if we maintain the environment out there, we maintain the environment here. It is all connected, and it's a plus for everybody.
Your smile, it's judgment, just expert guidance and real results. Because modern dentistry, it's personal. Book your visit today.
Did you know plastic bottles take around 450 years to decompose, and roughly 2.5 million tons of carbon dioxide are created across the manufacturing and filling plastic bottles every year? Plastic pollution has become one of the world's most urgent environmental issues. The relentless consumption of single-use plastic bottles places an unsustainable burden on our ecosystem. With billions of plastic bottles ending up in landfills, rivers, and oceans. In Guyana, this problem has been compounded by the over-reliance on bottled water in our schools. Recover Guyana is proud to announce a transformative change through the water purification and sustainability initiative in secondary schools. Let's start at West Demerara Secondary School. This initiative provides a sustainable solution to plastic pollution and water quality by installing advanced reverse osmosis and UV filtration systems, ensuring that over 900 students have access to clean, safe drinking water every day. The reverse osmosis system works by filtering out contaminants, providing purified water directly to the students. The UV filtration process ensures that harmful microorganisms are completely eradicated. In Guyana, the result, clean, safe drinking water without the need for single-use plastic bottles, reducing plastic waste and saving schools money. This project is not only about providing clean water, it's about building a sustainable future. By eliminating up to 175,000 plastic bottles by 2030, we're significantly reducing our carbon footprint and contributing directly to the Guyana's low-carbon development strategy and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, and SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. This project wouldn't have been possible without the invaluable support of the Greater Guyana Initiative. Their funding and commitment to sustainability have allowed us to bring this project to life, and we look forward to expanding this initiative across Guyana to benefit more schools and communities. This project is not only
aligns with Guyana's national priorities of reducing plastic waste, promoting sustainability in schools and communities, and fostering environmental responsibility. By integrating these values into our educational system, we are promoting sustainability at so many different levels.
We also thank the Ministry of Education for their ongoing partnership and dedication to the well-being of students across the country. Their contribution has been key in facilitating the implementation of this water purification system at West Demerara Secondary School, and will continue to be essential as we work together to scale this project.
You can sense in them already that passion for change, that passion for sustainability.
This project aligns with Guyana's national priorities of reducing plastic waste.
As West Demerara Secondary School, over 900 students will benefit daily from this system, saving the school up to $55,000 per week, which was previously spent on bottled water. By the end of 2030, we estimate that this initiative will save the school over $15 million, funds that can be redirected towards further educational initiatives. This is just the beginning. Through collaboration, education, and innovation, we will ensure that the water purification and sustainability initiative reaches more schools across Guyana, benefiting tens of thousands of students and helping our country move towards a greener, more sustainable future. Together, we can create a better, more sustainable tomorrow. Let's continue working for a future with clean water, cleaner environments, and empower youth. Let us remember that the fight against plastic pollution begins with action. We're proud to be part of a movement that empower our youth, our schools, and our communities. To make a lasting difference, this is just the start. Together, we can create a future where plastic waste is no longer a burden, but a thing of the past.
The season is here again. Are you ready? Are you ready? A fun activity. Believe your ability. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. Oh, yeah. Having a voice to speak, a blessing indeed. Hear your victory. Let's just shout. Ooh, oh, yeah. Shout it out loud. The stage is set. No time for rest. Give it your best. Let's just shout. Shout. Let's just shout. Shout. Youths, you are the future. You make things bright, so bright. Recover Guyana is your shining light. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. Having a voice to speak, a blessing indeed. Hear your victory. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. The stage is set. No time for rest. Give it your best. Let's just shout for the environment. Let's just shout for the youth. Let's just shout with Recover Guyana. Let's just shout with Recover Guyana. Let's just shout with Recover Guyana. Shout, shout.
Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Nan Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Gaia Island. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media, logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy, stage and decor partner, Elevate, production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions, broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel, hospitality partner, Crown, transportation partner, Book a Ride, prize sponsors, Guyana Tourism Authority, 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc., Trophy Stop, Massey Stores Guyana, AN Pins and Gifts. Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Nan Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Gaia Island. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media. Logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy. Stage and decor partner, Elevate. Production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions. Broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel. Hospitality partner, Crown. Transportation partner, Book a Ride. Prize sponsors, Guyana Tourism Authority. 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc., Trophy Stall, Massey Stores Guyana, AN Pins and Gifts. Here to Shout, a project by Recover Guyana in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Guyana. This project is supported by official title sponsor, ExxonMobil Guyana, premium green sponsor, Non-Prasad and Company Limited, Eco Green sponsors, Flawless Dental GY, Camex Restaurants Inc., Scotiabank Guyana, and Gaia Oil. One Fiber sponsor, One Communications, branding partner, Siva Marketing Inc., venue partner, Ramada Georgetown Princess Hotel, digital partner, Anthony Indar Productions, content partner, Empro Media, PR and media partner, Engage Media, logistics partner, Guyana Premier Consultancy, stage and decor partner, Elevate, production partner, Pixel Perfect Productions, broadcast partner, Guyana Learning Channel, hospitality partner, Crown, transportation partner, Book a Ride, prize sponsors, Guyana Tourism Authority, 360 Professional Services, Macon Construction, Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc., Trophy Stall, Massey Stores Guyana, AN Pins and Gifts.
The season is here again. Are you ready? Are you ready? A fun activity. Believe your ability. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. Having a voice to speak, a blessing indeed. Hear your victory. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. The stage is set. No time for rest. Give it your best. Let's just shout, shout. Let's just shout, shout. Youths, you are the future. You make things bright, so bright. Recover Guyana is your shining light. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. Having a voice to speak, a blessing indeed. Hear your victory. Let's just shout. Ooh, shout it out loud. The stage is.
Welcome back to Shout. We are now ready to select the Shout 3.0 National Top 10. Each of the candidates announced will then enter the impromptu speech competition. For the impromptu speech, the selection panel is scoring for opening, confidence, engagement, pace, knowledge, flow, time, and conclusion.
As we announce the top 10 finalists, the participants will head on stage after each of them would have selected their name of a judge. A question will then be given. Each participant is allowed 30 seconds to think about the question and 60 seconds to respond.
The timekeeper will indicate as follows. The timekeeper will indicate as follows. Single ring, time second ring, 15 seconds remaining. Final ring, time is up. I will now ask the Chief Auditor, Mr. De Freitas, to submit the results for the top 10. My co-host, Nicholas, will be on stage to assist with the selection of the judge. Mr. De Freitas. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now present the top 10 national finalists for Shout 3.0 in random order. Queen's College, Anushka Singh. Kayam Academy, Samaya Karim. Yarakabra Secondary School, Narissa Rupnarain. President's College, Shabrina Jagdio. The New Guyana School, Raphael Park. St. Rose's High School, Mishak Ford. The Bishop's High School, Kavina Singh. Legwan Secondary School, Christina Tikaram. St. Cuthbert Secondary School, Jaden Klenkian. And finally, Bushlot Secondary School, Vidya Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for the top 10 national finalists for Shout 3.0. At this time, I have my co-host Nicholas on stage, who will step forward as I call the first finalist to come. As mentioned, they will be selecting a judge, a question will be read to them, and then they will have time to respond. I will first call Queen's College, Anushka Singh.
Congratulations. Please take the name of a judge from the jar.
Before we begin, just 1 second, I would like to give the audience 2 minutes to be seated and so that we can have a seamless flow.
Test.
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 Mic.
Test. Test. Mic test.
As our audience is being seated, please be reminded that we will now hear from our top 10 national finalists. In random order, they are seated on the stage.
All right, let's begin. You selected Judge Hamwanti Besisar.
Good morning. Morning. What mechanisms are in place to ensure that Guyana's forests continue to serve as vital carbon sinks amid increasing economic activities? Again, what mechanisms are in place to ensure Guyana's forests continue to serve as vital carbon sinks amid increasing economic activities?
Yeah, you can think.
The LCDS 2030 outlines several strategies to ensure that Guyana's forests are valued more alive than dead. Including in these are Guyana's enrollment in the R3's program, which stands for the Architecture for RED, and RED stands for the Excellent Environmental Standard. Essentially, Guyana earns carbon credits for simply keeping its forests standing. These carbon credits are tradable permit licenses which we earn for every metric ton of carbon either reduced from the environment or avoided from even being released into the environment. Guyana's land covers 85% forest mass, which is a giant carbon sink, and also home to biodiversity. The strategies in place to ensure that this carbon sink remains standing is the carbon credits, as well as the Guyana-Norway partnership, which allows us to earn revenue, which is then funded for the conservation of the forests.
We have already earned over 750 million US dollars through these. In conclusion, Ghana has several strategies in place to ensure the conservation of our forests. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen's College. We will now invite Kayam Academy, Sumaya Karim.
You've selected Judge Nadia Hussein.
Hello, Sumaya.
Hi.
My question for you: is it time for the international community to finally put real value on standing forests, not just as carbon offsets, but as priceless life systems that regulate the Earth's climate, biodiversity, and water cycles? I'll repeat that for you. Is it time for the international community to finally put real value on standing forests, not just as carbon offsets, but as priceless life systems that regulate the Earth's climate, biodiversity, and water cycles?
Good morning, everyone. I believe the international community should put the forest as more than just value as a carbon sink. So we should hold trees' value as they are our life supporters. They give us our oxygen. They are home to our national treasures, and they produce oxygen for us. It is more than just trees standing. They are our life supporters, and they are very effective for reduction of global warming. The environmental community should help to preserve trees so that we as humans are protected. Not just animals, but humans benefit from the trees. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayam Academy. We will now have Yarrakabra Secondary School, Narissa Rupnarain.
Please select a judge from the chart. Stand on the X. You've selected Judge Brianna Chase Wilson.
Good morning.
Morning.
How is Guyana ensuring that the implementation of the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030 remains inclusive and participatory, especially for indigenous communities? I repeat, how is Guyana ensuring that the implementation of the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030 remains inclusive and participatory, especially for indigenous communities?
Good morning once again, everyone. The Low Carbon Development Strategy is an initiative implemented to protect Guyana's forests. Guyana's forests absorb 19.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. The world produces 50 billion tons of carbon dioxide. Guyana's forests absorb 19.5 billion tons, which is equivalent to the amount that contribute to climate change. So the Low Carbon Development Strategy is important to indigenous communities and Guyana because trees provide us with oxygen, and Guyana's forests contribute to the world. Guyana has the second highest percentage of forest cover in the world.
So in conclusion, our forests are important to indigenous communities and our countries because it holds our precious biodiversity and we need it to survive. Thank you.
Yarrow Cabra Secondary School. We will now call President's College, Sabrina Jagdio.
Congratulations. Please take a name from the jar. You've selected Judge Anisha Mohammed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your question is, can a small country like Guyana lead the world in climate action while developing its economy, protecting its forests, and improving the lives of every citizen? Once more, can a small country like Guyana lead the world in climate action while developing its economy, protecting its forests, and improving the lives of every citizen?
Good morning, judges, fellow participants, and audience. I am Sabrina Jagdio, representing President's College. And yes, I do think a small country like Guyana could expand in various ways. Like the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030, this has shown how indigenous community could be involved, have a voice in what's being done, and how to evolve and have a more sustainable environment. With this, our country can grow in many ways. Like in our forests, we have a lot of carbon credits, which could help bring in more infrastructure, help in the agriculture sector and business sector. In conclusion, Guyana as a small country could evolve in many ways, not just because of